In this video, we're going to cover how to deeply understand and connect with your audience. So what a lot of advertisers do is they'll create ads that only talk about their products or services, but your ad should mainly focus on your audience because your audience doesn't really care about you, they care about themselves and what you can do for them, right? So in this video, we're going to cover 6 prompts that will help you understand and connect with your audience at a deeper level. So when they see your ads, they feel like you really know them, you really understand them, and therefore what you're advertising must be perfect for them. Alright, now before we get into the 6 prompts, there's a bonus prompt I want to start with, and this is only required if you have absolutely no idea who your target audience is or you want some targeting ideas. Now, for this video, we're going to use yoga classes as the example. That's what we're advertising. So the first video was a product, the phone cases. So now let's do a service example. So we could say to ChatGPT, give me 5 audience targeting ideas for my ads selling yoga classes. So we could target people who are interested in health and wellness by choosing yoga and fitness related interests in the Facebook ads targeting section. And then we can hit the suggestions button to capture all the interests related to those keywords. That's what most advertisers would do, right? Target people who are interested in yoga and fitness because it's the most obvious. But then we have 4 more options. So we could target people who are seeking stress and anxiety relief by choosing interests related to stress management, mindfulness, and meditation. Or we could target busy professionals. We could also target pregnant women or those who have recently had a baby. Or finally, we could target senior citizens. So you could either focus your ads on just one of these groups of people, like people who are already interested in yoga and fitness, or you could create a campaign with multiple ad sets, and each ad set contains ads that speak directly to these different groups of people. Because obviously the ads targeting pregnant women would need to be different to those targeting elderly people, right? So that's up to you. I just wanted to show you that you can get audience targeting ideas from ChatGPT if you need them. Now, some AI gurus say that you can just use ChatGPT's recommended interests in your advertising campaigns, but I think that's dumb. ChatGPT doesn't have access to all of Meta's targeting options. So like I mentioned, I'd recommend just typing a few keywords into Meta's targeting section and then click suggestions, because that will use Meta's artificial intelligence to suggest the right interests, alright? So now let's move on to the 6 prompts for deeply understanding and connecting with your audience. The first prompt is, give me 5 desires of people that I could appeal to in my advertising for yoga classes. Now again, I'm keeping my prompts broad, but if you do have a specific target audience, you can replace the word people with whoever your target audience is. For example, busy professionals, men, women, anything you want, alright? But let's keep things simple. So this is ChatGPT's answer. We could appeal to people's desire for relaxing and relieving stress, becoming fitter and healthier, gaining mental clarity and mindfulness, being part of a community and connecting with other people, and improving self-care and personal growth. So what we should be doing is highlighting in our ads that our yoga classes can fulfill these desires. A lot of advertisers would talk about their yoga classes, but not specifically acknowledge their audience's desires. Like, they'll just assume that their audience already knows that, but you should never assume this. People are scrolling social media really fast. Their brain is only half activated. So it's great to actually tell them exactly what your offer can do for them. It's important to be really clear. So that's desires, and obviously a positive angle, but negative angles are also highly effective. So the second prompt is, give me 5 fears of people that I could appeal to in my advertising for yoga classes. So our ads could focus on people's fear of being stressed and anxious, or developing health issues, or aging and not being as fit as they once were, or gaining weight and having body image issues, or feeling burnt out and overwhelmed by the pressures of daily life. Now, you want to be careful with this one because you don't just want to focus on people's fears, because then your ads will be very depressing. What you want to do is use these fears to get people's attention and then explain how they can avoid or overcome those fears by purchasing your offer, which in this example is booking a yoga class. Because for some people in your audience, highlighting their fears will be much more powerful and persuasive than just saying, hey, book our yoga classes because they're great. So that contrast between having a fear and being able to avoid it or overcome it is a highly effective approach. Alright, so we've now covered your audience's desires and fears. Then the next prompt is, give me 5 challenges of people that I could appeal to in my advertising for yoga classes. So everyone has challenges in their life, right? So if you run ads that highlight these challenges and then present your offer as the solution, that can work very well. So here's ChatGPT's response. People's challenges could include insomnia and sleep issues, living a sedentary lifestyle from being stuck behind a desk all day, busy schedules and time constraints, poor posture and back pain, and having a weak mind-body connection where you don't feel like they're aligned and working together. Alright, so this is how amazing ChatGPT is at giving you ideas. We're not very far into this course and we've already got so many powerful messaging angles we could include in our ads. And you can't predict what will be the most effective ones with your audience, right? That's why you have to test ads. But if your campaign includes as many of these angles as possible, you're going to find winning ads so much faster than most advertisers who are just doing the standard things like explaining their offer, showing some reviews, and offering a discount. Anyway, so we've now covered desires, fears, and challenges. So let's move on to the next prompt, which is give me 5 beliefs and values of people that I could appeal to in my advertising for yoga classes. So people have different beliefs and values, right? Like some things are more important to them than other things. So if we highlight that we share the same beliefs and values as them and our yoga classes are aligned with those beliefs and values, that will get a lot of people excited to purchase. So here's the beliefs and values ChatGPT recommends. Being mindful and fully present in the moment, body positivity, personal growth and transformation, having a healthy work-life balance, and a strong mind-body connection. Our ads can explain how our yoga classes support these beliefs and values. Now, this actually reminds me of a very successful ad I saw by Alo Move. So they're one of the leading yoga apps in the world, and they had an ad that featured a plus-size woman doing yoga. And there were so many comments underneath the ad from people saying how nice it was to see a regular person in their ads, rather than like highly flexible supermodels with perfect bodies, right? So this was a very smart move by Alo Moves because it highlighted how yoga, and specifically their yoga app, is suitable and welcoming to all shapes, all sizes, and all abilities. Those were their beliefs and values that the ad shared, and then Alo Moves got thousands of new signups from that alone. Alright, so we've now covered desires, fears, challenges, beliefs, and values. Those are the key things you should deeply understand about your audience in terms of who they are, what they think, and how they feel. Because then your ads will demonstrate that you really understand them and your offer is perfectly aligned with them. Now, the last 2 prompts are still related to your audience, but they're focused on dealing with the reasons people may have to not purchase your offer. So the next prompt is, give me 5 doubts and concerns people may have about buying my yoga classes. So ChatGPT will then give us this list. It could be the price, your qualifications and experience, your yoga class schedule and how flexible the slots are, whether your classes are for different levels of experience, and whether your classes have a nice atmosphere and environment. And ChatGPT explains these in detail, so all you have to do is ensure that you address these doubts and concerns either in your ads or on your sales page or both, right? Because people's doubts and concerns are often what stops them from purchasing something. They could be very interested in your offer, but if they have a doubt or concern, most of them won't take the time and effort to contact you. They'll just not purchase. So it's important that you address them in your ads or your sales page or both. And then the final prompt is, give me 5 misconceptions and misunderstandings people may have about buying my yoga classes. So fears and doubts can be legitimate reasons for somebody to not purchase, but misconceptions and misunderstandings are things that are actually wrong, but many people still believe them. So it's important to address these as well. So here's ChatGPT's response for misconceptions and misunderstandings. Yoga is only for flexible people, yoga is a religious practice, yoga is only for women, yoga is easy and doesn't provide a challenging workout, and finally, you need expensive equipment or clothing to practice yoga. Now, this is why I love ChatGPT. It explains why each of those is wrong and it describes what's actually true. So again, all you have to do is include these messaging angles in your ads. ChatGPT does the brainstorming, you do the implementation. Alright, so we've now covered your audience's desires, fears, challenges, beliefs and values, doubts and concerns, misconceptions and misunderstandings. So we've now completed the prompts for your offer and your audience. These will help you understand both of them much deeper and comprehensively, which will help you to create better ads. And speaking of ads, that's what we're going to move on to in the next videos.